Welcome once again to the, what is it? Used to be, and I quote, the Self-Love Is Morning Show, episode 81. We're just moving right along. Today's is, or ism, or whatever we're going to call these, is self-love is being on your own side. Self-love is being on your own side. Let's talk about that for a few moments this morning. Self-love is being on your own side. Self-love, as we established, is regard for your own well-being and your own happiness, right? That's what self-love is defined as. And this morning, we want to talk about self-love is being on your own side. Being on your own side. Self-love is being on your own side. Well, as I'm thinking about that, when I think about being on my own side and what does it mean for someone to be on your side, I'm thinking about a teammate, right? Thinking about a good teammate. So what does that look like? If I'm talking about being on my own side and I'm thinking about being a good teammate to myself, right? Being a good being a good running mate for me. Right? There's nothing greater than, White Cloud, good morning, than having an awesome running mate, having a good teammate, right? Someone who can boom, 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 someone who knows you and who can just, matter of fact, let's go through that. There we go. That's what we can do. Let's talk about a few of the characteristics of a great teammate, right? Being on your own side, being a great teammate for yourself. Hey, good morning, good morning. And so let's take a look at that, right? What do great teammates do? What are some of the characteristics? Let's go through a few, right? Great teammates support one another, right? Right? If I'm a great teammate, right? Aren't I going to be supportive of you? Aren't I going to support your endeavors? Aren't I going to support you no matter what the forecast looks like, no matter what the situation or circumstances? I'm going to support you through it all, right? So there's one right there. Great teammates support one another, right? No matter what it looks like, we stand with and we support and we push each other, right? Even if you're about to turn 46 and you decide you want to be a rapper because you spit bars all the time, right, sweetie? You stand and you support your teammate, right? So when it comes to you, right, even when you make mistakes, even when you think goofy thoughts, right? Even when you make poor choices, right? Whatever it is, even when you just drop the ball, even when you mess up, right? You stand in there and you support yourself like a great teammate should, right? What else? I like this. Great teammates encourage one another, right? Great teammates encourage one another, right? So as a great teammate, I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to inspire you. I'm going to speak life into you, right? I'm not going to, when you're up, when you're down, doesn't matter the mood, doesn't matter your particular emotional state. I'm going to stand in there and support you, right? I'm going to stand in there and I'm going to encourage you. So I'm going to support and I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to speak life into you. I'm going to remind you of who you are. Right? Because sometimes we forget, right? Sometimes we forget who we are. Life gets in the way and things get kind of foggy. And sometimes a great teammate is going to cut through the fog and say, yo, remember who you are, right? Right? Remember who you are. Just remember, don't forget. Remember who you are. And I believe in who you are. And I got your back. I'm going to support and encourage you as an amazing teammate. So, right? How does that look when it's me, right? I have to encourage myself. I have to speak life into myself, right? Self-love is I'm going to speak life into me. I'm going to take a moment to sift through all the nonsense, all the muck and the mire and the mud or whatever is going on in my life. And I'm going to take the time to speak life into myself. I'm going to encourage and support myself, right? What else? Great teammates, great teammates know each other's strengths and weaknesses, right? And let's just say that great teammates know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So as a good teammate, right, it's my responsibility, right, to be aware of my partners or my teammates' strengths and weaknesses. So being a great teammate with myself, I have to be aware of my strengths and weaknesses. I have to be aware of my triggers. I have to be aware of the things that take from me. And in that, that's when I have to support and encourage myself, right? That's when I have to make particular choices, right? Based on my strengths and weaknesses, right? If I know this is an area this is one of my weaker areas, right? I want to get control of that. I want to be more conscious and aware in these particular situations because I know these are the particular situations that tend to drain me, right? So great teammates know that. So if I'm being a great teammate to myself, I need to have an awareness about myself. I need to understand who I am, right? And I need to not put myself in positions where, right, I need to have my own back, right? You know, as a good teammate, if you go and listen, if I'm going to get into a situation, I got a couple of people that I'm going to take with me because I know they have my back no matter what that looks like. And I have to become that for myself. That's what self-love is, right? Self-love, we said, is being a great teammate, right? Being on our own side, encouraging, supporting, right? Having each other's back, right? Knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses, right? And I have to do that and be that within myself, right? What else do great teammates do? Great teammates cover for each other, right? Great teammates cover, right? No matter what happens publicly with my wife and I'm going to stand and cover for her. You guys will never know. I don't care how many times she fumbles or does this or that. I'm going to stand and cover for her. Well, what about me? Right? We have to cover ourselves. We have to protect ourselves, right? The same way, you know, what goes on, what happens in here is in here, right? I'm going to stand and cover. No, she's good, I got it. Nope, I'm going to stand and cover for her. So the same way with me, I have to stand and cover for myself, right? I have to be that person for myself, the same way that I would be for someone else as a great teammate, in the same way that I would expect that from someone else as a great teammate. So I have to cover because great teammates cover for one another, right? And I don't mean lie. I don't mean manipulate. I mean cover. I mean protect. I mean, no, you don't get to attack my teammate while they're down because when they go down, I'm up, right? When they fall, don't you worry, I'm pulling them up. And while I'm pulling them up, I'm keeping you away. I'm covering them. And I need to do that for myself. I need to simultaneously pick myself up off the ground. And I also need to cover myself, right? So what else? What else? Great teammates are honest with one another. Uh-oh, here we go. Great teammates are honest with one another, right? So we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be honest with our assessment of ourselves, right? Listen, as my teammate, I need you to tell me, babe, you about to be 46 years old. This is not the time to start a rap career. I need you to sit yourself down somewhere, right? I need a teammate to be honest with me, right? Therefore, I need to be honest with myself as a great teammate, being on my own side, right? Doesn't that make sense? So how often are we lying and kidding ourselves, right? How often are we seeing areas that require our attention, but we're not investing in those areas, right? We know we need to tighten up this particular area of our lives, but we're just going to ignore it. We're just going to bury our head in the sand and hope it goes away. No, that's not how that goes, right? We need to be honest, right? We need to be able to have that conversation with ourselves and say, whoa, listen here, right? Listen, love you like I do. I love you, but I hate this, right? We got to have that love-hate thing, right? I love you, but I hate when you quit on yourself. I love you, but I hate who you become when you're in certain environments. Y'all get where I'm going? I love you, but I hate some of the choices you've been making lately. We got to have that tough conversation with ourselves, the same way we would with our teammates, right? As a great teammate. What else? Let me give y'all a couple more and I'm out of here. Great teammates, right, are prepared, right? if we're about to go into battle, it's my responsibility as a great teammate to show up prepared, right? So being on my own side requires me to be prepared, requires preparation. I need to prioritize preparation, right? That's another way to be on my own side. That's another sign of self-love, right? So great teammates are prepared. How are we gonna show up to do a thing and you over there out of shape? Whoa, we supposed to be, I done put my money up, I done talk trash, and now what in the world? So just like you don't want to leave your teammate hanging, right? By not showing up as the best you don't want to be left hanging because your teammate didn't show up as the best you. Stop leaving yourself hanging by showing up to situations, showing up to life as less than the best version of you, right? This is what we got to do. We're talking about being on our own side, right? We're talking about being a great teammate to ourselves, right? And here's the last one. Great teammates set one another up for success, right? That kind of sums up what we're talking about. Great teammates set each other up for success. Well, what does that mean, right? I'm going to, because I understand your strengths and weaknesses, because I support you, because I encourage you, I cover you, we have an honest relationship, right? And because I'm prepared for whatever is to come, right? We spend our time and energy making ready, right? Then I know how to set you up for success, right? When I come down the floor, right? I know where to put you. I know how to put you in position, right? I know that, Adrian, she hits that corner jump shot. So Adrian, I want you to start over here, right? And then when I reverse the ball, I want you to run the baseline and come through to the other corner, and I got you, right? I'm going to put her in position to catch it in the corner and let it fly, right? And whatever that looks like for you, right, with your teammates as you're setting them up for success, and as they're in turn returning the favor and setting you up for success by putting you in position so that your light can shine, we have to do that within ourselves, right? I have to put myself in position to win, in position so that I can be successful. I have to set myself up for success, right? I'm not going to the studio, right, to put on some headphones and try to rap. I'm just not setting myself up for failure like that, right? But I am going to show up this Saturday, right? And I'm going to stand and deliver, and I'm going to free some people, right? Myself first and foremost, right? That have been struggling with their self-confidence, right? That's setting me up for success, right? And you know what? You know why I'm confident that I can do that? Right? Because I encourage myself, because I support myself, because I cover myself, because I'm aware of my strengths and weaknesses, because I'm honest with myself, because I'm prepared, right? And always constantly preparing. And all of those things set me up for success. And all of those things are signs of being on my own side, which is a sign of self-love. Self-love is being on your own side. Let me see. I know y'all was talking junk about my rapping, so let me look at these comments real quick. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That might, she said, that might require an honest conversation as great teammates. Exactly. If I put out an album, y'all better buy it. Yeah, you do, but I know, I don't know about that. We have to talk about that 46 rapping goal. See, I love the honesty though, right? I love it, and I appreciate y'all, right? Don't y'all have me thinking I'm about to, come on now, that's crazy. And I can't, and I have to govern myself the same way. All right, beautiful people, this was fun. Self-love is today's ism, or is, I'm gonna come up with a cooler way to say it, right? But today's is, right? Self-love is being on your own side. Do something today to choose you, right? Be on your own side as you go throughout this wonderful day, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all time and energy. Go be great today.